Good morning and welcome to the classes of St.Michaels Academy. This is the geography class for class 9 and we were doing chapter 4 geomorphic processes and landforms of the earth. We were almost at the verge of finishing the chapter and only a few topics are left with us to complete. And today we'll study or learn about the importance of plains in our lives. So the first point says that plains are very fertile landforms because of which they are suitable for agriculture. Now, how are plains very fertile landforms? As you can see in the given picture, a river which originates from the mountains makes its way from the mountains, from the landforms, from the plateaus, and finally onto the plains. After crossing the plains, it meets the sea. This is the mouth of the river. So if you see, then if you make out from this, then you'll realize that when a river originates, along with the water it also carries many fertile sediments with it, along with it. So these sediments, they travel along with the river through the mountains, through the plateaus, and most of these fertile sediments or silts, they are deposited on the plains. When they are deposited on the plains, that is what makes the land of the plain very fertile. When the land of the plains becomes fertile, it supports very good agriculture and different types of agriculture, which helps the people there to grow different kinds of crops. Now, because of this factor, what happened, people started to settle in the plains, because as a human being, a person tends to settle wherever he finds his livelihood, right? So because of good agriculture, what happens, the population of the plains is also pretty much higher than plateaus and mountains. So in a way, we can say that plains promote agriculture, agriculture promotes population, and population promotes economic growth. When there are more people, there will be more earnings. When there will be more earnings, the economy of a place will increase and the people will prosper. So this is how plain is important in our lives. That was the first point. The second point is that plains have flat level land and are therefore suitable for all kinds of transport system. Now, we live in plains, and very few instances, there are very few instances that we see roads which are not plain, right? Almost all the roads of West Bengal, yeah, as we can see, they are quite flat and leveled, because of which the transport system of West Bengal is very good, because the government does not have to incur extra cost in building the bridges. As you can see in the first image, where the train travels through probably which is a plateau. In order for the train to run smoothly, the government had to build a bridge. However, in case of plains, it is unnecessary to build a bridge, where because the land is already flat and leveled. So plains also help in the transport system, and not only trains. Transport system includes all kind of transport such as cars, it includes trucks and passenger transportation or commercial transportation and transportation of goods. Now the third point is that landforms like plains are ideal for setting up of most type of industries. Now how is this relatable to our topic? This is because in plains we can find mostly all of the resources that are required to build build an industry or a factory. Now, what are the resources that are required to build a an industry? Are raw materials, labor, capital, market, transport, land, and lastly power. Now the raw materials may suggest the natural resources or the resources or the input in which will finalize the product, finished goods which are to be sold. That is the raw material from which the goods are made. Second is labor. Now labor means the manpower. Now the people are the labor which work in the industry. Capital, it does not depend on the planes because capital is put in by people. Now people can put in capital from anywhere. The fourth point is market. Now market suggests the people to whom you want to sell. Transport, as discussed earlier, we know what is transport. Secondly, second last land, and lastly power. Now why planes are ideal for setting up industries? Because we can find raw materials easily over here. Second, we can find labor very easily. How can we find labor very easily? Because plains are landforms, as told earlier, where population is very high. Now if population is very high, then obviously then the working capacity of the people, means the number of people willing to work will be high. Therefore there will be no problem for the industries to find people to work in the factories. Third, the third point I already told is irrelevant. The fourth point, market, which suggests the people to whom the goods are sold. Now again the population comes into the role. Industries are set up in places where the population is high, because if the population is high, then the product will be sold to more and more people, which will result to higher profits. So this is the reason why industries are set up in planes. The third reason, basically, this is the first, second, third, and fourth. The fourth reason basically is transport. As discussed earlier, the transport of the planes is very good, because of which the transport system are very upgraded in planes. And lastly, land. Planes have flat level lands, because of which it is very easier to set up industries in plains than in plateaus and mountains. So this is why industries are set up in plains very easily. Lastly, the construction of buildings and roads are very convenient on plains because of obvious reasons. Because of the flat level land, the people who construct buildings and roads do not have to make any major changes. They just have to create a base and just do their work, construct buildings and roads. Okay, so these were the importance of planes. You can also refer to your book for the importance of planes, which is in page number 68. And so that will be all for today. And there's some homework which I want you to do, because we have almost finished the chapter. So you can solve the exercises from the back of your book. So for your homework, I want you to solve 1, 2, 3 of page number 69 and 70. One which says identify the correct answers, two true or false, and last one is the fill in the blank. So please email me your queries and also send your homework to me at this email address.